What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys part 2 to the Gun Bunch Tight End Bombs mini scheme. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on this video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So if you didn't go see part 1 of our Bunch Tight End Bombs, make sure you do go check that out. Now in part 1, I actually show you guys how to bomb cover 3 and cover 2. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to bomb man coverage and also how to bomb match coverage as well. And in this video, we actually will be using a triple out play, and we're going to be using PA boot over. So I'm actually going to come out and triple out first. And so for the defense, we're going to talk about big nickel. Now the only reason we talk about big nickel is just because it has all the cover shells that I like, and big nickel is still somewhat popular, and it's also one of my main defenses that I run myself. So anyways, let's actually start off in let's see, what do we want to go over first? So first, let's actually just come out in some match coverage, right? So let's just come out in something like, let's go cover for palms. No, actually, let's go cover for quarters. We'll go cover for quarters since that's the most popular one. So I'm actually going to back the ball up. Now, when you run this bomb, you actually want to make sure that you're on this right hash mark right here. So I'm coming out and cover for quarters, but I'm actually going to be talking about man coverage first. I just wanted to make sure I had my cover for quarters in there. So let's go ahead and go to cover 2 man right here. So when you get a when you get standard man coverage like this, so for one, they're gonna have to use their, this linebacker more than likely if they're playing a 4 down lineman front. Now, if they're playing a 3 down lineman front, more than likely what they're gonna do anyways is actually have a spy out there, and then they're gonna do something like this. So regardless, this is kind of how I'm showcasing this. So for the setup, you actually want to use the same setup. So you want to go to PA boot over, and you actually want to use the same setup that I showed you guys for cover 2. So if you don't remember or you wasn't part of that video, so you just want to take triangle, put him on an in route. You want to smart route his in route just like this, and you want to take this guy right here and motion him out. Now, if you want to, you can either block your running back twice, or if you know your opponent's kind of playing man coverage, I'll just take R1 and put him on a curl route. Now you might be wondering why, and it's just so that way he can stay honest with his user, so he kind of has to worry about that. So if he follows this dig route too long, then we can actually hit that running back. So I'll kind of explain to you what I'm talking about quickly, so just so you can kind of understand. So let's say he wants to run with triangle, right? Then at that point you'll be able to have that wide open. So why is that? Well, it's because that's his man assignment, so it kind of makes him have to stay true to his man coverage, if that makes sense. So that's why I like to actually put the running back on a curl route if I know they're playing man coverage. So I like that curl in route combo, because that in route is actually going to be able to kill man coverage. You guys already know in routes do really good against man, so let me actually press, since that's actually what you'll see. Let's go back to man. Let's press right here. So like I said, this is what you'll see. And so I like this setup versus man because what you're gonna have to, you're usually gonna have to worry about R1, right? So if they worry about R1, then we'll actually have that throw right there. You can tell I can have that pretty much all day and all night. And I haven't even showed you really where we, because we're basically gonna be splitting the safeties against man coverage. Let's see if the play develops enough to be able to show you. So what you're gonna be able to notice too is that the safeties are going to widen out. So you see how he has to slide over for this out route. You see how he slides over? That's where we're gonna have to attack this little gap right here. Now it's a hard throw, yes, but you technically can't, as long as this guy is better than him, which in this case he is not. So that's why he doesn't really get win animations. But you'll put your best receiver right here, which I probably should have done that, but you're gonna put your best receiver right there, and then he'll be able to split those safeties right there. And that's pretty much what you're looking for. Now let's see if we can actually get that open. So let's go back to PA boot over. Let's take triangle, put him on the in route, smart route is in route, and take R1, put him on a curl route just like this. And you can run it like this, or you can take X and manually put him in a flat too. It's all up to you, but I'm still in cover for quarters, by the way. So let's see if this is actually bomb cover for quarters, because I'm kind of curious. Okay, nah, so it doesn't. But we have a cover for quarter bomb. Don't worry, we have match coverage bombs. I just forgot to go to man coverage, and I wanted to see if it actually would bomb it. But anyways, we are in man coverage right here. So let's go back to PA boot over. Take triangle, put him on the in route. Smart route is in route. Go ahead and take a motion across. Take R1 and put him on a curl route. Now, as long as he is better than that cornerback, we will be okay. But I just want to show you that that might not always be the case. You can tell right there. You see how we're able to split the safeties, and right there we are able to. We don't hold on to the ball, but it's the fact that we are able to split those safeties. So if they want to play that style of man coverage, you would just put your best receiver there, and I promise you, you would get like a possession catch. So you get at least a big gain at the worst. So what it's going to have to cause your opponent to start doing is putting the middle third, right? So if they're putting a middle third, then they're gonna have to either like purple this side, or they're gonna have to purple that side, if that makes sense, or they're gonna have to do some crazy stuff and like play a cover shell like this or something, you know, they have to do some pretty crazy things. So if they start doing that where they're purple in one side or the other, we're basically just going to run this concept right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to PA boot over, we're going to take X. I still like to put them on the in route. Smart route is in route, and normally I would still take this guy and motion him out, and I would take R1 and actually put him on a flare, and I would actually run this setup right here. So you might be running it real wide because this route right here has to be zone drop to account for it. Normally man coverage is going to get torched with this, and this backside in route is going to be really good if they're shading over the top. So let me just show you that, because anytime somebody's playing a style of man coverage where they have purples on the field, they're going to be shading over the top. So that's why I'm going to shade over the top, because if they don't, and you see they're getting press animations out there, just take this guy and put him on a streak the very next play, and then you'll just bank on the fact that him beating press, and you'll have a one-play touchdown. So they will have to shade over the top. So when they shade over the top, this in route is really hard to guard, so they almost have to user guard it, but then also they have to user guard this route right here, which is why I said this route is just really good. Hopefully have time in the pocket, but you can tell you'll be able to lowball that right there, and sometimes you won't even have to lowball it, and it's hard too because purples just will not be able to play that, because purples are going to be out. You know, they're going to be playing any type of outs. You see how he's playing way over here, and if they zone drop, it's going to be the same thing where they're going to be like somewhere up in here. You know, they're just going to be as far back or as far shallow as they make them, but they can't really put a purple to play this specific spot. They have to put like a vert hook or something like that. And like I said, this play is just crazy just because we have this right here, and also we have this right here that gets open, and also this route right here does beat man coverage. Normally it can, depends on who you have running it, to be honest with you. So this route can beat man. We have a crosser that beats man coverage, and we also have this in route, and we also have a deep post. As you can tell right there, we actually do get a step on him for whatever reason, and you know that also beats man. So it's going to be really, really hard for him to play. And also I mean, we still have that dot right there. So if they're going to play man coverage with purples, it's going to be really, really hard for them, to be honest with you, because there's just too much we can do. Now, another basic setup that you can do, so like if they're doing something like this and they're taking that crosser away, another pretty basic setup you can do is go to PA boot over. You could take X, put him on a streak. You could take circle, put him on a slant. You could take R1, put him on a flare route, or you could take him and put him on a option route. So if it's man coverage, he's actually going to do a man beating out route. So that would be my suggestion if they're playing man. And am I still in man coverage? Okay, cool. So motion them across, and then like I said, just another basic setups. You can tell circle, that's normally going to be who you're looking at because it's the backside slant. So you can tell already, like they're going to have to do a lot if they want to sit in man coverage, which I said that's a super basic setup, but it's really, really effective. So last thing I kind of want to talk about in this video, I know I've kind of been going on and on. I hope you guys are finding value out of this, but I actually want to show you how to bomb match coverage, which is where we're going to talk about this next play at. So let's go to cover 4 quarters. You can tell we are in cover 4 quarters. Now, the play I like going to is, of course, this triple out play. So for this setup, what I love to do is take X, put him on a streak. I love to take square, put him on a hitch. And then I love to take triangle and actually put him on an in route just like this. And then you want to motion this guy across, but first I'm going to spy these two, just so I can have time in the pocket so I don't have to keep showing you like 5-6 times. But you want to go ahead and motion over. Now you want to snap the ball when he's outside the number, so right about here is fine. And what you're going to notice that happens is that circle, you're going to get a one-on-one. So as long as you can win your one-on-one, you're going to be able to be fine. Now that's Will Fuller versus J. Alexander, so you can kind of tell already that like as long as he has some speed, you will normally be fine with that. So let me kind of show you that again. So let's make sure we are in cover 4 quarters, and let's make sure we are pressed. Now again, for that setup, you want to take X, put him on a streak. You want to take triangle, put him on the in route. You want to take square, put him on a hitch, and then you want to motion him across. Now, the reason I like that in route, because a lot of times you actually can get that in route open, and I'm actually going to let him set. Now, you don't need to let him set, but I'm going to let you set just to show you, like, worst case scenario, like if for some reason you can't snap the ball or something. So if you let him set, you see how he gets pressed and he gets little press animations. Now, you normally don't want that, but that post is actually ran so nice that as long as you got a speed on him, then you can actually be able to catch the ball. Now, right there, of course, that is J. Alexander, so he is able to make a play on this. So that's why you actually want to be able to motion snap that ball and not actually let him set. Because if you motion snap it, a lot of times they actually don't get, like, you know, good press animation. So I'll show you that here real quick too. So let's go and take him, motion him across. So if you just want to wait till he's outside the number right before he sets, so right about there, you see how now he actually doesn't press him at all. So now it's basically a foot race, and that's what we want. We want a foot race right there, so you can tell that quarter is not going to be able to play it. Now right there, I just possession called it just because, but you can tell like we're really bombing that quarter. And I believe this setup will be cover 4 drop as well, which I'll test that out before the video ends here. But next coverage I do want to show you is cover 6. So I'm gonna do the same thing with cover 6. I'm gonna spy both of those safeties so you can tell. So we're gonna take X, put him on a streak. We're gonna take square, put him on a hitch. And we're gonna take triangle, put him on the in route. and then we're going to motion them across, and we're going to do the same exact thing. I'm actually going to press right here just to show you. So let's go and snap the ball, and it's really just not going to matter. So you can tell that quarter is going to get glitched out right there, and X actually does get open. I don't know why they ran into each other actually, because what you can have happen too is actually X can get open on the inside pass lead, which I'll show you that real quick too, because in cover 6 they actually don't match it correctly, and this streak is actually going to get open. You'll be able to tell right here that's an easy pass lead inside, and you'll be able to possession catch that. So that's one thing that you can look for, and I'm actually about to show you that that's a very realistic throw, and it's going to be hard because the user is not going to be even thinking that you're going to bomb them that quick, to be honest with you. So let me just go and show you that. So like I said, you can wait right here, and you can snap the ball right about here, and what you're going to be able to tell is that you can have X right there for an easy pass lead. If you have a good tight end, that's literally a one-play touchdown. So if your user does not run with X, which most of the time they actually don't, so you might be thinking, real, why not? Because most of the time what they're going to think is that, okay, this safety right here is going to be able to play that. That's a lot of times what they're thinking, because they're looking. So if like this is the user, which a lot of times they're going to use a 3-rec, which I believe this is the 3-rec. So what they're going to see is that this press animation happened or whatever, and then they're like, okay, well, I'm on that in route, because you got to think these spies are not going to be here, right? So just picture those spies not there. I only put it just so I can have a little bit of time in the pocket, but those spies are not going to be there, so they're going to be about right here with the user anyways. Why? Because they have to cover that. Look, there's a gap right here, so if they're not right there, then obviously you'll just be able to throw this ball right here, right? So that just leaves this inside pass lead literally wide open for, you know, easy completion. Now, normally what happens too, if you're able to wait, and normally what I've seen happen is that our circle route normally gets wide open because that quarter out there gets glitched out. So let me see if I can show you that too. Hopefully we're able to show it to you. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. There we go. So when they don't bump into each other, that's what I was trying to tell you, that we'll have that wide open for a one-play touchdown if they don't bump into each other. And quickly, I'll just go into replay, show you that real quick, that yes, they did in fact bump into each other. Well, last time, that's why it didn't get open. So watch it now. So watch how they actually don't bump into each other. So this quarter right here, well, this deep half is the only thing that's helping, and he has to play that, right? So he has to stay on his side, and that's what opens up all of this room out here for an easy one-play touchdown, as long as your receivers don't bump each other. So now, last thing I kind of want to talk to you about too is cover 4 drop, and I'll show you that yes, it can get over the top of cover 4 drop, or at least it should actually. It definitely should. I actually haven't tested it out against cover 4 drop, but based on what I've seen so far, the cover 4 quarters, it seems like it should be the same exact thing. But I want to make sure that I do show you guys every single cover shell that I can think of. So let's take square, put them on the hitch, triangle on the in route, X on the streak, and then we're going to go ahead and motion this guy across. And it should be the same exact thing. You want to make sure he sets right outside the numbers. And what basically should happen is that quarter should get glitched out. Yep, you can tell we are able to bomb cover 4 drop. So like I said, this play is just absolutely crazy. So I'm running for you one more time so you know it's not fluke. But then after that, that's going to be the video. So yeah, I mean, this play is just, you know, really, really good. So you just couple this with PA boot over, and your opponent honestly is just, I mean, there's going to be nothing they can do about it, you know, unless they play like a deep half, and I messed up the play. But if they play a deep half, don't run this setup, obviously, because that is going to be a great way to counter it if they put that left side cornerback on a deep half. But if they do that, then there's all kind of other plays and concepts that we can run, which I may do a part 3 just to show you guys what all concepts that we can do out of this play. So if they want to play a deep half, they're going to be in trouble, because we'll just be able to run corner routes all night at them, just because deep halves do not play corner routes. So it's just basically going to give your opponent a headache, because there's not going to be much they can do. As long as you get time in the pocket, you will be able to have that throw right there. You can tell we get out of range, but we're still able to deliver a strike. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I do hope you have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.